Marc, Lamont Hill, the chickens came home to roost on you because of what you did and how you destroyed Bill Cosby. Yes, I said it, and I'm going to talk about it. Hey everybody, this is your girl Missy a Little Cole. I'm coming to you straight out of NYC on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Harlem is looking lit. The sky is blue. It don't even look like it's late fall in NYC. It actually looks and feels like spring is approaching. Oh God, I just want this winter to come and go. I really do. You don't know I hate it. But anyway, Marc Lamont Hill got the chickens that came home to roost on his ass. Basically, he got fired by CNN for caping for the Palestinians. Yes, and I'm going to talk about it. But first, I'm going to tell you what happened. So, Marc Lamont Hill was on CNN. And you know how they have these, comments that they make about different topics, different issues. So, you have these people who are contributors. And contributors, they're paid per appearance when they contribute to a news comment, so to speak. So, he's a liberal pundit. So they were talking about Israel, and what he had to say was basically about, they weren't talking about Israel. He was at the United Nations, and the United Nations held the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people that previous Wednesday. So he spoke, and the comments that he made was, we must advocate and promote nonviolence. But he also added that we cannot endorse a narrow politics of respectability that shames Palestinians for refusing to do nothing in the face of state violence and ethnic cleansing. And he also called for free Palestine from the river to the sea. Now, they got his ass. Because let's keep it real, a lot of Jewish people run CNN. But he was quick to say, I don't support anti-Semitism, killing Jewish people, or any other things attributed to my speech. I have spent my life fighting these things, he wrote. My reference to river to the sea was not a call to destroy anything or anyone, Hill continued in a separate tweet. It was a call for justice, both in Israel and in the West Bank, Gaza. The speech was very clearly and specifically said to those things. No amount of debate will change what I actually said or what I meant. And it also stated that it was not the first time Hill came under attack. In 2016, a photo that Hill took with, of course, Louis Farrakhan, and CNN is going to say he's an unabashed anti-Semite, resurfaced. At the time, he said he disagreed with Farrakhan on other issues, and that the two had discussed many things, including the question of anti-Semitism in depth and LGBTQ issues. And he says that he does disagree with Minister Louis Farrakhan on important issues, and that he will not allow to be an excuse for allowing dishonest media or poorly intentioned observers to create unnecessary division. He also tweeted that he will not be told who to speak to, sit with, and engage. Now, that part I agree with 100%. Now, first I'm going to talk about my issue with what he said. Around that Thursday, he tweeted right after the backlash came. He said he supported Palestinian freedom. I support Palestinian self-determination. I'm deeply critical of Israeli policies and practices. I do not support anti-Semitism, killing Jewish people, or any other things attributed to my speech. I have spent my life fighting these things. My reference to the call for C was not to destroy or anything or anyone. Like he said earlier, it was a call for justice in both Israel and the West Bank. And he also said, this isn't a case of throwing rocks and hiding hands. I genuinely believe in the arguments and principles that I shared in my speech. I also genuinely want peace, freedom, and security for everyone. These are not competing ideas and values. Okay, here's the problem, Marc Lamont. I'm going to get to the big one. Palestine in itself is not a nation that has been around for centuries. It was created in the 1890s by Great Britain. It's a British mandate, okay? It's sort of like how Israel is a state that was created by the UN. Palestine was created by Great Britain. Okay? So this is how this whole conflict happens. Now, yes, Palestine was there before the state of Israel. But none of those nations were actually naturally created. They're mandates, so to speak. So it's natural for them to not get along. And then also the religious factor as well. They're not going to get along. Also, Palestinians, I've never met one Palestinian person that ever lived in my neighborhood. The Arabs that live in my neighborhood in Harlem are from Yemen and Jordan. They are the black Arabs. Okay? And they will tell you that. Palestinians are considered to be white Arabs. They live downtown. They live on the Upper East Side. Okay? They live in the nice areas in Brooklyn. They don't live in the hood, Marc, Lamont Hill. Why are you caping for Palestinians? They don't live in the hood. Now, if it was, I'm going to say it, if it would have been about, the slave trade that's happening in Africa, then I can understand you fighting for them people. But don't cape for people that ain't never going to cape for us. That is their issue. Let them beef about it. They was beefing before we was born. They're going to still continue to beef about that. It is what it is. That's my first part. But this is the thing. That's your karma for what you did to Bill Cosby. You went ham on destroying that man's legacy. And the fact that you're one, from Philadelphia, and two, you graduated from Temple and you work at Temple, I really suspect that you were the person that pushed to have his honorary doctorate rescinded. I always believed it. You had a hard on against Bill Cosby. And I personally think that the reason why you hated him was because he was an alpha male. You see, you can say what you want to about Bill Cosby's comedy, but Bill Cosby was never a beta male. He always stood his ground as an alpha male. He had a wife. He had children. He believes in the family, particularly the black family success. You are suspect. First of all, we were introduced to you by being on the Bill O'Reilly factor. And you were like his whipping boy. And then he got rid of you when he didn't need any black people on his show anymore. You have never really stood up in my eyes against white men. You was quick to cower down. So I always found you suspect. And I think you were envious of Bill Cosby because everything he had height. He had women. You haven't had that. Now, people suspect that you're gay because of how you went and attacked Dr. Frances Cress Welsing and how you're more quick to promote LGBTQ issues as opposed to black issues. And you lost your job not even caping for your own people. You cape for other people. So with that being said, Marc Lamont Hill, I think you need to reevaluate yourself. I think that you need to sit down, take a break. Your birthday's coming up. You're about to be 40 on December 17th. It's a bad way to end the 30s, and it's a bad way to begin the 40s. But hey, karma is beautiful at times because there's an older man sitting in a jail cell named William H. Cosby Jr. that should not be in that cell. And you are one of the people that contributed to that man's suffering. And on that note, this is Miss Ann Cole. I'm signing off. I'll be back with another one. Stay tuned, take care, and have a wonderful day.